Today we will continue Nekkhamma Pāramī, the perfection of renunciation. Before giving talk, we will pay respect Buddha, the owner of Dhamma, by reciting the Bodhisatta 3 times. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Now we are reaching how to fulfill Nekkhamma Pāramī. How Bodhisatta fulfill Nekkhamma Pāramī. So, Nekkhamma Pāramī is not just specific citta or cetasika. It is kusala, citta, cetasika. So, citta have many types. Cetasika also many. So, kusala, citta, cetasikas are called Nekkhamma Pāramī. It is wishing to be free from life, to be free from sensuality, led by Ādīnavañāṇa, knowing as a thought about the life, about the sensuality. So to fulfill this Pāramī, need to have Ādīnavañāṇa, seeing lives and sensuality as a fault. So, how Bodhisatta sees lives and sensuality as a fault. About the layperson life, staying as a layperson life is the place of defilements, the place of all defilements. It is not the place of to get happiness or renunciation. He reflected in this way. So layperson life is the place of defilements. Layperson need to take care wife and husband, son and daughters, have to earn money. So not the place of renunciation. The place of defilements. He reflects. So layperson life is narrow, small, to increase the wholesomeness because of many disturbances, such as son and wives, etc. Layperson life is very complicated with many jobs, with different jobs, trading, such as trading, farming, etc. So because of this, layperson life is not the place of to get a happiness of renunciation. So he sees in this way. Next one, about the sensualities which lay people are using. So it is like a drop of honey on a blade of sword. So something little sweet, but it is dangerous. In the same way, sensuality there is many unbenefits in the sensuality, with a little taste, with a little sweet. So the people may try to get wife or husband. So wife may think, oh, husband will take care of me. Husband also may think, oh, staying alone is boring. Having wife is good. May have a little good, but will be very busy. Later they quarrel. So yeah, with a little taste, but very busy. So like a drop of honey sticking on the blade of sword. He reflects in this way. So having money also the same. We earn money, but to protect those very difficult. So need to afraid of thieves. Need to afraid of bad children, government, water flood, fire burning, so etc. So having a house, having a car. So I have a few cars. Some are given by previous sharers or sharers. Quite busy with that. So some people have to keep those cars with aircon on, like that. Even ourselves, we don't stay with the aircon all the time to save electricity. But a car, so want to stay with the aircon. So something like that. While we're very busy with those things. So this is a kind of honey drop on the blade of sword. Although we are having those sensualities, using those things is a very little time. We have to protect a long time, but using those is very little. So but we thought, oh, I have those things, I have these things. So it is like some kind of entertainments, some kind of entertainments which you can see when lightning come. So yeah, maybe some dancing, maybe light flash for short time. At that time you see that disappear again. So very short time we have to see, not so really clear. Move the next one. So but seem to be we enjoy. So because of this, those things are like a kind of entertainments which we can see when light up, when lightning come for a short time. So in the same way, another way his reflection, another way of his reflection is so enjoying those things is similar to perception of mad person. So mad person may wear this and that. He may think in himself, oh, very beautiful. This is his perception. So other people saw those things not really beautiful, but the mad person may think he is very beautiful. So In the same way, we think that this is a very good. Having a car is good. Having a house is a very good. We may have a pride or conceit. Actually, not really. So in the mind, worry a lot. Because of this, it is enjoying with perception of mad people, which is not normal. This is his reflection. So those are artificial things. Those sensualities are artificial things. Just as pieces covered by something. So something covered, but inside, very disgusting things. Another simile of his reflection is like that. So enjoying sensuality is we cannot have being content. We cannot have satisfaction. Just as drinking water, which is sticking on the fingers. So in the finger, there is a little water. We lick, suck. So because of very little, so because of very little, so we cannot have a satisfaction. In the same way, we enjoy, trying to enjoy those sensualities. So never be satisfied. So here I want to say the Nekkhamma Pāramī is universal monarch. He has a wheel machine, can fly in the sky, so can go beyond the water, another island. He visits everywhere in the world, but after some times he becomes bored. So nowadays, like you have an aeroplane, you can go everywhere, but still not happy. Later you may be bored. So in the same way, that Nekkhamma as a universal monarch, can go everywhere, but after some times he is bored. So he discusses with many stars, where is the place enjoyable, happy. So at that time, many stars give advice. That URL called citta is better than here. So you should go. Because of his karma as a Bodhisatta, so he can go to the URL. So many devas venerate him, so give their country, their realm as a kinship. So he enjoys there, but after some time he is bored again. So he discussed with many stars, where is their place, which is enjoyable. Oh, Kawatingsa realm is better than this realm. You should go there. So he went to the second realm of Deva. So the other devas venerate him. The king of Deva also venerate him. Give heart for country. He enjoy it. After some times he is bored. So he want to occupy all the realm. But he is a long time already as a human. So at that time he is near death. He is about to die. So, but you cannot die in the dual realm. Send back him to the reincarnate in the human life. So in the human realm. So at that time, many stars approached him. The king was sick. So yeah, you are a very wonderful person, very strange person. Even the realm, you can occupy. So let's say a special person in the near death. What kind of saying you want to give for the people? So at that time, he told many stars, yes, I have enjoyed human lives, even in the realm, but without satisfaction. Without having satisfaction, I have to pass away, he said. So, by enjoying sensualities, we cannot get any satisfaction, just as licking the water on the fingers. So, cannot disappear, cannot make being thirsty disappeared. So, another reflection of his way is, it is like eating a meal of those who is very, very hungry. If someone is very, very hungry, so not have chance to eat many days. So once they meet food, they want to eat a lot. They are very hungry. So they have a lot of attachment about the food. So at that time, they eat a lot. So cannot digest. So they got sickness or disease passed away. So there are many stories about those. So because of this, some people, maybe because of surgery or because of some situation, they cannot eat. If so, normally no problem. Cannot eat is no problem. But when you start to eat again, you need to be careful. You should eat very little, very soft, easy to digest. But if you happen to eat a lot because of being hungry, not eating a long time, so it will cause disease. So in the same way, if we trying to enjoy those sensualities, there are some people, because of enjoying too much, they have short life. They passed away in an earlier time. So because of this, so we cannot enjoy those sensualities. So we must have limits, always having limits. So cannot enjoy, cannot have satisfaction. If we try to enjoy a lot, so we will have a disease, we will have damaging, we will have sickness. So because of this, we need to control about the seeing, listening, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. So because we cannot have a satisfaction with those sensualities. So like Nekkhamma, although he have enjoyed even in the dual realm, but never have satisfaction. So because of this, by following enjoyment about the sensualities, it will not end. So only we will suffer. So he reflected in this way. Because of this knowledgeable person trying to relinquish those enjoyment, about the sensualities. They will do renunciation. They will go to forest. So another reflection. So enjoying sensuality is the cause of disaster, just as bait, just as food in a bait, just as a food of fishermen. Fishermen giving food to the fish. But if the fish eat that, so it will cause suffering. So because of this, sensualities are the cause of disaster, like a food in the bait, like a food of the fisherman. So another reflection. So enjoying sensuality, or sensuality is the cause of suffering in the present time, in the past, in the future. Like fire. Fire is always burning, always making suffering. So always burning. So this is also reflection. So in the past, we have to suffer because of sensuality. In the future, the same. In the present time, because of sensuality. Because of attaching into the sensuality, we have to suffer. So another reflection. The sensuality is the cause of fetter. The cause of a fetter. The cause of like a prison. Just as a kind of glue which can catch monkey. So if someone want to catch a monkey, so they may apply glue on a tree. So monkey catching glue. The glue which can catch monkey. So applying that tree, playful monkey or naughty monkey trying to touch. So his hand stick on the tree. So trying to remove that hand, another hand touch it to the tree. So stick again. So two hands are sticking on the tree. After that, trying to remove the two hands, so put a leg against the tree. So leg also sticking. So another leg sticking. Later, he has a head. Trying to remove hands and legs. I'm putting head against the tree. So head also sticking on the tree. So it is a monkey glue. So in the young time, we may know only food. We may think only food. So sticking on the food, maybe mother's milk. Later, maybe mother and father may introduce. Maybe something to play, toys. Or do you like this? If you don't like, I will give up at once. So attached to toys. So later, seeing clothes, attached to clothes. Later, phones. Later, cars, house. So many things. How many clothes do you have? How many limbs are sticking on the sensualities, on the monkey glue? So when a monkey is sticking in this way, So the hunter come and catch monkey easily. So it become the prey of hunters. In the same way, we stick this, we stick that. So we cannot come out from those. So stick on that. So Mara will catch you. Mara will catch us. So we become the prey of Mara. So dying again and again in the 31 realm. So sometimes as a human, we die. Sometimes as a Brahma, Deva, we die. Sometimes as a animal, as a being in the hair, we die. So never end about that death because of monkey glue. So what is monkey glue? Monkey glue is sensuality. So actually, what's than monkey glue? Monkey glue, when you are touching only it will stick, but this glue is very strong. Some people come to Myanmar to practice. After some time, they want to go back again. They remember their food. So they are bored with oily food. So the sensuality from the other country sticking the person in the Myanmar. So that glue is quite strong. So like that. So because of this, sensuality is the cause of prison, the cause of fetter, like monkey glue. So you need to be careful. So another reflection is about the sensuality. Sensuality is like something covered of the murder. Murder is a killer. Killer covered something, but it is very dangerous. It can kill the other person. So sensuality is like something of killer, of murder, covered by something. So because of covering, because of cover, you will not know, you may think it is not dangerous. It is beautiful, possible, but it will bring benefits. So until we die, until you die. So yeah, many people like sensualities. So they like food, they like dwelling, they like medicine, they like robes or clothing, but those are dangerous. So only some people led by knowledge can use properly. So, but other people, so they will spend their time, precious times, for those things. They are worried with those things. So they happen to use wrongly. In the present life, they worry a lot with those. In the future, because of attaching to those, so passed away and reborn in a woeful state. So in this way, he reflects. So about that, there is a story in Sudarsana. In the Sudarsana country, so it is in the place the Buddha passed away into Nirvana. In that place, I think about 6 times the Buddha passed away. So Ādīnavañāṇa told Buddha not to pass away here, not to bring Nibbana here as a small city. But the Buddha said, "Oh, you should not say in this way. This place is not that small city in the past. It is the Mahasudarasana country. Mahasudarasana king stayed here long times ago as a universal monarch. So he has a wheel machine. He can fly everywhere. So his palace is very great. So there are many palm trees. Some are silver color, some are golden color. Golden color with the silver fruit, silver color with the golden fruit, etc. So there are many ponds for the people to swim, to see lotus flowers. So there are many enjoyment in that country. He enjoyed that country. So people in the country are very happy. But at that time, as a Bodhisatta, from time to time, or at the later part of his time, he practiced jhanas, called jhana attainments. So staying far from queens, sensualities. But at the end of life, near the end of life, that they will use some power to be remembered by the queens. So some queens came to him. So at that time, the chief queen, I don't know how to call, so told the king Sudarasana, because at that time Sudarasana was sick. King Sudarasana was sick seriously, near to die. Once the queen saw that the conditions are not good, so at that time the queen told the king Sudarasana, please attach to the palace, attach to wonderful country. So you have a lot of kusala. If you attach to those things, you won't die. You won't pass away. So you should not relinquish attachment to those things. So in this way, the queen told King Sudarasana. At that time, the Sudarasana king told the queen. So in a long time, in many times in my life, in my entire life, you have spoken the speech which can make me happy. Why in this time do you say such sad speaking or bad speaking? So you should change your saying. The King Sudarasana, not to attach, relinquish attachment. Now, I cannot remember very accurately, but the meaning will be like that. Don't attach to the properties. Don't attach to the lives. Passing away with attachment is suffering. So please say in this way. So how do you say when you meet such kind of people? And the King Sudarasana asking his queen to speak in this way. Please relinquish attachment to the lives, to the palace, to the sensualities. Passing away with attachment is very suffering. So it is no good. So the queen with the tears have to say in this way. So seem to be very sad. So like that, so at that time the queen have to say in this way. So because passing away with attachment can cause to reborn as a dogs, as a cats, or better life, as a cows. So one time there is one bhikkhu not having good clothes. At that time, his sister gave very good robes for the monks. So without wearing, he became sick. The monk became sick, passed away. So attaching to the robe, passed away. So he reborn, I don't know, as an insect in the ropes, maybe lice or mice, I don't know. But so reborn in this way. So because of this, we should not let our mind to attach those properties, especially in the near death. So sometimes we are very difficult to say in the near death. So we cannot praise about the death, but we should say proper saying. So you may learn in the Mahabharata Sutta to know very accurately. Normally can say, not to attach to the sensualities. So by attaching, passing away is suffering. So like that. So the Buddha want to show that about the king of Surasana, about the Surasana country. It is very wonderful, very great, but now no have. All was gone. So everything in the world is like that. Nothing is stable. So nothing is dependable. Whoever dependent on those things, finally they have to cry. So people in the past, many people in the past have been crying. So people in the present, they were crying at the end of life if they die by indulging those things. In the same way, people in the future, they will pass away by crying if they have attachment. So do we cry? So to cry, only we need attachment to those, to everything in the world. So because nothing is stable, no one is dependable. So everyone, everything will disappear at the end. So in this way, Bodhisatta reflect. If you reflect in this way, you may be able to relinquish those sensualities. You may be able to relinquish those lives. You may be able to renunciate. But it's still scary. Seems to be not enough discernment. So, but there is a way. We just reflect. We should have Ādīnavañāṇa knowledge. The knowledge, knowing the lives or sensuality as a fault. So if we reflect again, our story, like the Janakā's story. If someone is fainted, so this is a kind of chance to go to forest, never return, never be again in a human realm or in a place of people, lay peoples. So, okay, this is a kind of wonderful story ending. So, how is your story at the end? To fulfill renunciation, so monk's life, bhikkhu lives, or ordination life is important. In the outside of dispensation, so Bodhisatta, in many lives, practice as ascetics, which believe in karma and karma results. So even in king's lives, about the later parts, after the later part, renunciate. But nowadays, many people in the government, society, I didn't see much doing a renunciation until they are having white hair, or the whole head having a white hair. They didn't do any renunciation. So also many problems that they have. So because those government's life or king's life is actually with a lot of sensualities, with a lot of powers, also with a lot of danger. So renunciation is better. So people in the past, in the ancient time, they do, especially at the inner life, stay alone, make oneself to be pure. It is a kind of investment for the next life, at least. So because of this, in the outside of dispensation, so the Buddha or Bodhisatta practice as ascetics who believe in karma and karma results. Within the Buddha's dispensation, he may ordain as a bhikkhu, learn priyati, practice dutinga, practice vipassana, practice jhana sakya powers. In this way, he did his renunciation. So in the same way, practicing varita sila, something to avoid. Morality, which is avoiding something which should be avoided. So practicing charita sila, the morality, something to be done, like obligations. Also practicing dutingas. So at that time, Bodhisatta's mind is very pure, no fault, very clean, because of power of morality, power of dutingas. So his actions of a body, his actions of a speech, so it is very good and very pure. With whatever clothes that he has, being content with whatever food he got, he has being content. So also enjoy development of meditation, enjoy with the meditation. So taking care of noble clan, practicing samatha and vipassana, gaining access jhana, absorption jhana. So at that time, he has fulfilled well about the perfection of renunciation. So once you stay away from sensualities, it is also renunciation, especially bodily renunciation. Once you got access to concentration, jhana concentration, so it is also a kind of renunciation, especially may call mentally renunciation. So in this way, Bodhisatta practice. Okay. So some reflections about the renunciation. I will continue. So livable life with the son and daughters, wife and husbands is very narrow, so very small to do wholesome deeds. So cannot do much. If we when we teach meditation, breathing, so people make a question, whether this is a difficult object, how can we practice in the daily life? Pande, please teach me for the daily activities. So when we teach 5 precepts, or earning money, practicing 5 precepts is not easy. Sometimes we need to have a good association. We need to take some alcohol. It is very difficult. So how to do Pande? So sometimes it is very, very narrow. So very, very small. We cannot teach much. So this we cannot practice. That we cannot practice. We have to earn. We have to work. We have to associate. So in this way, livable life is very narrow. So, but if you choose the ordination life, so it can be wide. So what about the Buddha teach? Mostly possible to follow. Yeah, possible to follow. But you need to relinquish your head. So next one is a reflection, some reflection. Yes, in this way he reflects about the livable life, about the sensual life. So Bhikkhu life is wide, like an open place. So not much disturbance. No need to think about sons and daughters, wife and husband. So in this way, he think ordination life is wide, so not narrow. So there are many worries in the sensual life, only less enjoyment. So because of sensualities, because of working to get sensualities, sometimes we have to be cold, catch cold. We have to be burned by sun and weather. So mosquito may bite. So horsefly, hot wind, hot sun, the snake, centipedes. So we may encounter. So sometimes earning sensualities, earning money is not easy. Even they may need to relinquish their lives. So it is because of sensuality, because of earning money. So by gaining those suffering, they can earn a lot of money. At that time also, still need to be worried. So if we lose sensuality, we have to be worried. In the same way, it is brought by enemies. At that time also, we have to be worried. So based on sensuality, in the world, there are many wars fighting each other all the time. Many people have to relinquish their lives because of sensuality. So many people want to enjoy life, So want to be very free. So they may against powerful people. So sometimes without necessary. So the other people, powerful people, also want to control their sensualities, want to protect. So someone want to protect, someone want to get, the other people want to get. So they fight each other. It is because of solely sensuality. So sometimes being caught by enemy, so they will make a lot of suffering to the prisoners. So because of sensuality, some people have to reborn in the hell, in the animal, in the beta life, in the asura kaya life. Those sufferings are because of sensuality we want to enjoy. So in this way, Bodhisatta reflects about the fault of sensualities. Because of this, he can fulfill renunciation, perfection of renunciation. Okay, now we finished Nekkhamma Pāramī, perfection of renunciation. So next time we will teach to perfection of wisdom. Okay, we should stop. Time is up. If there is a question, you can ask. After listening your question, I will know whether I can answer or not.
There's a question on the screen. Okay. Although a lot of people know the danger of sensual pleasures and know about the Dharma, they still eat the bits of sensuality and cannot resist. Is it because of our karma? And how to make our behavior align with this knowledge of the danger of sensuality?
So you should stay with the knowledge. With the knowledge, knowing about the sensualities as a danger. So you should stay with this knowledge, with this perception. So you should reflect like a Bodhisatta reflect. If so, one day you may be free from those lives, eating food from the bed. Because of karma or not, is this is a need to develop. So if we develop life after life, later will not be difficult, or we may be able to do like that again in the story. Once the queen is fainted, so ran away into the forest.
Pāramī said, this question related to the Vinaya. How about if the gay person, the ordinary bhikkhu in the Buddha Sasana, and he also keep the sila, keep his morality, so in that also consider he can fulfill his Nekkhamma Pāramī.
So ordinations, different types of gays mentioned in the teaching based on types. Some can ordain, some cannot. If they have a chance to ordain, so yes, practicing morality, doing meditation, staying away from sensualities, gaining jhana. So if so, it is fulfilling Nekkhamma Pāramī.
Second question said, by which karma that the person he become gay? So how can he fulfill his Pāramī? So that in the next life or in this life, he can be Bodhisattva in the future.
So usually because of kamesu mecchachara, sexual misconduct, so it happens So misusing, we can enjoy, people can enjoy some sexual, allowable sexual things, but cannot do sexual conduct. Because of that karma have to be. So if I want to be free from those, so need to practice 5 precepts. So as an ordinary, different people, different karma they have done. Based on those karma, people have to suffer. Some people have short life. Some people poor. Some people, the teeth is even, not even. So like that, some people are mad. We don't want to be those low quality life, but we need to know what is the reason we need to avoid. So we need to establish our good deeds. So for the future, what kind of person we want to be? We make a wish. We should do wholesome deeds. Everything is possible. Only sooner or later it's different.
Pāramī Bhante, in one of the Bhante Dhamma talk, Bhante said that if a bhikkhu needs something, he can ask his relative within 7 generations. So Bhante, I please check if I understand this point correct. The first thing, if a bhikkhu needs something, he cannot ask from his wife if she is not his relative. In this case, Buddha, if of the Buddha, he can ask the princess Yasodhara because she is his cousin within 4 generations, not because she is his wife. Is that correct? That's the question.
Okay, if within 7 generations, yes, can ask.
So I think this question I asked one point that the Bodhisatta wife, so the princess Yasodhara, so the Buddha, he himself can ask things arrogancy from Yasodhara because Yasodhara is his cousin within 4 generations. So he can.
Yeah, can ask. Wife or no having wife doesn't matter. If it is relatives, can ask.
Pāramī Bhante, if a bhikkhu needs something, he can ask from his wife or his uncle, auntie-in-law.
In-law is not.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I count 4 generations like this? From the bhikkhu to his parents, it's one connection. And from his parents to his parents, one another connection.
Okay.
And from his parents to his uncle, another one connection. And from his uncle to his wife, 4 generations.
Wife is not sure. Wife is not sure. Your wife later will shave hair. At that time, no more connection. So wife is not relatives.
Pāramī said,
In the theory of the student, they fall in love with each other, the same sex.
Sexual
with each other. So it does can consider to each other, sexual misconduct.
So sexual misconduct is for the men, others' wives. But others' wife, for the man, if he associates others' wife, but a different way of, there is a different way of marriages, different way of wedding, we may say. So anyway, cannot associate with the other's wife, cannot associate with a lady who has protectors without having protectors agreement. Also cannot associate some kind of lady being announced, maybe by the government, by the king. If someone associated with this lady will get a punishment, etc. So this is for the man. For the woman, if there is an owner, there is a husband, cannot associate with anyone. So for the husband, if the protector, lady's protector agreed, so no problem having like 2 wives, 3 wives. But if protector not agree, so cannot be. But the protector sometimes may consider government. Normally, government may protect like 1 person, 1 wife, maybe. This is to be considered. So for the wives, after having an owner, husband, so cannot associate with the other man. So this is explaining about the sexual misconduct. Usually for the bhikkhus, only have to get agreement for the parents. So there are some ladies in a story in the Buddha time, so getting information from the husband, they ordain. I also have, but I think may not. So there are also some stories. There is 1 family. So in a story, in the teaching, so the man want to go to renunciation. So told the wife, you take care of your children, I will go to renunciation. At that time, the wife said, oh, really? So now I need to go to the lake to get water. So by bringing water pots, I went to the lake. The wife never come back. So the husband have to take care of his children. Children are quite young, so husband have to take care of the children. At that time, husband cook, the father cook very soft rice. At that time, the children told the father, oh, you are cooking is very soft. Oh, very soft? So how to cook? So the children cook nicely. So next time, father cook the rice, but not soft enough. So, oh, you are cooking is very hard. Oh, really? So you're trying to cook. The children cook nicely. Okay, now they know soft cooking, hard cooking, nicely cooking. So father join regular, do renunciation. Only children left. So later they meet each other on the way when they are doing Ādīnavañāṇa. So they sometimes they make a joke each other. So after that, they also each other never meet again. So you may tell, I need to go to pond to take water. So so you can do that way. But some go to renunciation, but also want to occupy, want to get something from the house. So we don't have a hard this kind of story. Doing a renunciation, also wishing to have harmful properties. So if I want to relinquish, should relinquish all. So as a story that we have heard, if so, they may not disturb. They may be happy, or they may impress. Husband may or wife may impress those people. Okay, so we will share merit. Repeat after me. Idam me punyam.
Idam me punyam.
Nibbanasa.
Nibbanasa.
Pachayo.
Pachayo.
Odu. Mama punya bhagam.
Mama punya bhagam.
Sabha sadanam.
Sabha sadanam.
Bhajemi.
Bhajemi.
Esabe.
Esabe.
Esamam.
Esamam.
Punya bhagam.
Punya bhagam.
Labandu.
Labandu.
Sadhu. Sadhu. Sadhu.